think 2025 kind of showed me something that I just have a deep desire to do, and that is basically to be a ugh, be nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Chat, man, take 18, bruh. I suck at this stuff, y'all. It's ridiculous. First things first, man. Happy New Year's to everybody. It's 2026. You can feel it in the air. This is the year that everybody will chase after their desires, okay? Chase after things that they enjoy in life. We're living in a new age now where the internet just allows you to do that, you know, and still have financial stability, right? If you play it right, you play your cards right, you can end up doing what you want and getting paid for it, you know, and have a living for that. And, you know, I'm obviously blessed to have this opportunity to where I've raised my platform to have such a fan base to where I have the potential to do that. And, you know, lately, you know, I've been trying to figure out what I want to do specifically, what I want to lean towards in life. These last 5 years, I feel like it's kind of been like a roller coaster of what I want to do specifically. My purpose, you know, kind of like my passion, you would say. And yeah, and I think 2025 kind of dimmed the light on it a little bit, and that's becoming more of a triathlete, y'all, an endurance athlete, a full-time professional like endurance triathlete. That's something that I really want to tap into. And for those that don't know, a triathlete is basically like an endurance athlete that does sports, specifically cycling, swimming, and running, right, professionally, right? So you out here doing marathons, you doing cycling, and you doing swimming, like you're doing Ironmans, and the Ironman is basically a combination of cycling, swimming, and running. Well, that's basically what a triathlete is. It's because a combination of swimming, cycling, and running, and that's what I want to become. And right now, the first thing I have to work on is running, all right? Because running allows you to build that aerobic base. And your aerobic base, think of it like your engine, your fuel engine. You know, how fast can you run at such a low effort, a low heart rate, you know? So once you build that foundation, you're pretty much good. You're pretty much good. You have the energy, you have the capacity, you have the ability for your body to adjust and recover a lot easier and go fast at a pace that you want to go, you know, become like really dominant in the game, you know? So running is something that you got to do first, and that's what I'm tackling right now. I'm now introducing myself into running. I signed up for my first marathon, 2025, Bangkok, Thailand, November 15th, and got DNF at mile 25. I told you guys on my Instagram, and I basically pulled a Charlie horse. I cranked up at mile 20, wasn't hydrating like fully, but no excuses, obviously, no excuses. I only had like 6 weeks to train up to it. But normally, for those that don't know, when you're doing a marathon, you want to train like 16 to 20 weeks, 3, 4, 5 months into it, especially if you're like a rookie, if you're especially new to it. And, you know, obviously, as you go down the sport, you get better in it, you put like years under your belt, it gets a lot more easier. You can probably train 9 to 12 weeks for it, you know, but for the most part, you want to give yourself enough time to train. I only had 6 weeks, but sometimes things aren't ever in your favor. You just gotta go. And that's what I'm learning now when, like, you know, in life, you just gotta go. There is no perfect timing. There is no perfect setting. There's no perfect situation. Nothing will ever just be perfect. You just have to go, right? And then once you go, you can try to make it perfect. That's the goal. Like, just chasing after that perfect. Over the time being, you will see yourself naturally just become better and better and better and better, right? Just having that thought of wanting to be perfect, you're like trying to reach something that's super so delusional. Your mindset is so up here. This is where you are right now. You're not even looking at everything else that's like regular average stuff. You're trying to reach up here. So you're subconsciously working so hard to get up here. Even if you don't get up here, you already passed everybody else because you're so close, you know, and that standard just raises every time. Every year, every month, it just raises and raises because you're looking at other people. You're looking at people in your field or whatever you want to do in life. You're surrounding it and seeing how awesome it is to be great, you know, and I'm inspired by that. By becoming a triathlete, man. I watch this stuff like every day. It's ridiculous, and it's just something that I think that I'm leaning towards. Tea break. Tea break, y'all. Tea break. So right now, I'm currently in rehab. My marathon was November 15th. I did a half marathon also in February. I did a half marathon in February. At the end of February, I got like an hour and 48 minutes, which is not bad. And then with that, it's surprisingly, y'all, I only trained for like 3 weeks. Because before, I had got injured and I didn't run for like 6-8 months or whatever. Like I didn't run from August all the way until like maybe end of January. And just randomly signed up for a half marathon and then started running a little bit for a few weeks, 2-3 weeks, and then ran it, right? Got a 148, which is cool. And then after that, I started picking up running again. Would run maybe 3 times out the week. Nothing too serious, not like seriously prepping for a marathon or nothing like that, right? But yeah. Anyways, 2026 is looking bright for all of us. This is the year where everybody chases after their desires, y'all. Chase after things that you like, because we're now living in a new age where you can potentially make a stable living on doing what you want to do with your social media, all right? And you showcase that. And this is where I'm trying to figure out where I want to go. I'm starting to figure out where I want to go, and being a triathlete is something that I'm right now. That is my passion, I guess you would call it. I don't know why I just hate saying that word. I don't know. Just being like a hybrid athlete itself too. I started watching like High Rock stuff, getting into like High Rocks. But High Rocks is pretty cool. High Rocks is pretty cool. That's the thing I want to get into too. Like just random challenges, man. Doing challenges, ultra marathons, like stuff like that, man. And I think for a guy like me, you don't really see too many people of like my color or my stature kind of leaning towards these type of challenges or sports, I would say. I mean, which is fine, obviously, but I think that just allows me. That just makes me more aware of how I'm entering in a different space that not only I'm not really used to, but people that's around me aren't used to. Like I don't really talk about this stuff with anybody else. Nobody's really gonna understand it. Most of my homies, it's really just gym, and that's it. They're not really into the running stuff too much. They may run a little bit, but they're not looking deeper into the whole. What they seeing ultra marathons, they're seeing Ironman, half Ironman, triathlon challenges. They're not seeing these type of stuff. 100-mile bike rides, like those things are just stuff that I enjoy because I like doing hard shit. Life is kind of like just too boring. Just be like whatever. You don't want to like put yourself in this box. Me personally, I don't want to put myself in this box of just being a regular, like living a regular life. That stuff is just. I gotta go. Look, listen. I gotta go. I'm in the Hollinger. I don't know what you call this place. I am in a very nice cabin. I want to go for a walk, enjoy the view, and just enjoy life for a little bit while I'm here. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Leave a like, comment, and share for y'all, boy. I'm gonna catch y'all the next time, man.